information. Okay? Well, because of that, my identity could be out here and it could be stolen. Okay? Just like some of these banking institutions, sometimes their websites get hit and people will get information off of them. These companies that are out here, when that happens, they're required by law to send information to you guys that, hey, our stuff was breached, your identity may be at risk, and follow the directions on that letter. Sometimes they give you a free site to go to that you can watch or monitor your credit for a period of time for free. Okay? And then there's other things that they can do. So again, when it happens, these companies are required by law to send you guys information letting you know that your identity may have been breached on their website or whatever company that they're with. All right? Seniors are very vulnerable out here. We have a lot of swindles where people come and say, hey, they live in a house, and they come up and say, hey, your roof is messed up. I can give you a quote on fixing your roof. I think you've heard some of this stuff on the news here lately. There was an article in the paper about a specific family that had a specific name, and their dad's in jail for it, and there's 2 or 3 brothers that are doing it. One brother's legit, the other 2 brothers are not legit. And so it's causing lots of problems for the one brother that actually has a legit business trying to do this. Okay? A lot of times when it comes to some of this stuff, when you have a contractor come in and you call the police going, hey, this is what happened, they said it was going to be this much, but now they're charging me this much, it's kind of a civil issue. So there's not a lot that we can do. We can document it, but if it's really a swindle, then we can do a report. It gets sent down to a fraud or swindle detective downtown. They have to follow up. It's not an offense yet. It's just documentation. They have to follow up by getting in touch with you, or you have to go down there to get in touch with them to bring them more information. Okay? Some of these cases are very hard to prove. Some of them are very time-consuming. Just so you know this, I had a sister who had a child, and the child, nowadays, you have to have a Social Security number as soon as the child is born, right? So you can claim the child on income tax. Well, they waited 5 years or 4 years before they opened up a banking account. When they went to open up a banking account under their child's name, somebody else already stole the Social Security number and they live in a different state, and had bank accounts and real estate and cars and loans out in Texas here under that Social Security number. The bank told them we cannot open a Social Security number, or we cannot open this account up under the Social Security number because it's already in use. And lo and behold, she contacted lots of police departments because it didn't occur where they live, but they contacted the police department. They allowed them to do some formal report. They then contacted the agency down here where this guy supposedly had his house at. Well, a year and a half later, he finally got arrested. All right? So again, it happens. The advice I'm letting you know is this. If you have children and they have Social Security numbers, this is what she was told, I would advise you to go to a bank and put a minimum of whatever it costs, $25 into it, to open up a banking account, savings account, whatever, okay, to where you have something started on their Social Security number. That way, if someone else tries to steal it or use it, the bank account's already been established under their name. Okay, so it helps someone, because this Social Security number, no one was attached to it. So this person had it, and they started using it. And again, they spent a lot of money and had lots of loans out, and he even had his main residence under the Social Security number. That's how they found him. Okay? So again, if you have kids, I would suggest what was suggested to my sister was open up an account somewhere. If you can go to a credit union, that way they don't charge you for having a small balance in there, and open up the minimum amount. I think $25 is the minimum amount. And that way you have something under their Social Security number that keeps their Social Security number somewhat safe. Okay? Not saying that someone still can't use it, but they can't open up an account because it's attached to a name already. Okay? So keep that in the back of your mind. Again, when we do become seniors, if you have kids, before you have work done or before you do things, consult with your kids that are going to be adults at that time, because we're seniors now. Let them know that, hey, this person's going to come over and do this work for me, this is what they're going to charge me. Talk to your kids to see if it sounds reasonable. Okay, talk to your kids to see if it sounds like maybe there's an issue or a problem there. All right, that's what I would advise a lot of seniors to do. When they make decisions on their own, and in the paper that I read in the Dallas Morning News, at first it was only supposed to be a couple $100. Well, when they got up there, they started coming with all these other problems and all these other things with the roof, and before you know it, it was $20,000. A brand new roof doesn't cost $20,000. So that's a scam, that's a swindle, and this lady was worried and scared and all this stuff, and worried that her roof was going to leak. She actually wrote a check and gave it to them.
Wow.
You know, so again, it's one of those things we just need to be cautious and careful. And the only other thing I can tell you is this: when you have contract work done like that, you would never ever give more than half the amount. Let's say it's going to cost $1,000 to get work done. Never give them all the amount up front. Only give them half of what it's going to cost, because that's normally what is done, okay, on the norm, all right? And you give the other half when the job is done, okay? Never give it all up front, because if you give it all up front, who's going to say they're going to come back, okay? So again, you know, be cautious. The other thing I can tell you is this: be cautious. Go out there and get license plate numbers. Ask them for their driver's license number. Write information down about them. So what are you doing? Well, I just want to make sure I know what I'm dealing with. I'm giving you a check. I need to make sure, everything's legit, so I need to look at your driver's license. On checks, normally when they're cash, like if you go in and you go to a store and you write a check out, what do they normally ask for? Your driver's license. And what do they write down off that information? Your date of birth, your driver's license number, right? Okay, so whenever you're dealing with a contractor, what's the difference? I mean, you're giving them a check, but you want to verify that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. You want to make sure everything's kosher. Ask them for driver's license. If they have an issue with that, there might be a problem. Okay, so again, I'm talking about like independent contractors. If it's a big company and you know about the company, that's a little bit different. But when it's just an individual driving up in a no-name truck and he advertises in the paper or buys flyers, those are the ones that we need to be concerned with. Okay? Remember this: buyers beware before you agree to anything. If you suspect a deal is too good to be true, remember what we talked about earlier, then chances are it is too good to be true. And I'm not actually going to go through here and read word for word on this stuff, but on the third page at the bottom it says, if you believe you have been victimized or you are a victim of fraud, con, or swindle, contact the Dallas Police Department Financial Crime Squad unit at 214-671-3516. Okay? In the past, there's been big issues with people that had money in the bag, and what they wanted to do, or they come up to you and they talk about, I inherited this stuff, or I did this, or I did that, and I'll give you the money in the bag, but in return I need $500 from you. Okay? And they're saying, well, I'm going to be giving you $2,500, but I need $500 from you so that we can do this. That sounds funny off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? But when they go to certain people and they talk about this stuff, some of these people aren't thinking straight, or they're thinking, well, I'm fixing to make all this money.